Okay, I'll lead us off here. Really exciting day. Two guys, T and Jamar, that since the moment we drafted them, we knew they were built for something special. They have met our expectations every step of the way, even exceeded them to this point. And now that this is concluded, the next step for us is a championship with these guys. And I think that's a big reason why they wanted to be here, why they wanted to come back. They know there's more for us to accomplish as a team, a lot more wins to be had, a lot more great moments. But I just, as a coach, couldn't be prouder of two guys I've known since the moment they were drafted here. And like I said, when we studied them and talked extensively about them, as much as any two players we've ever drafted, we knew that they were capable of something special. They were built differently. And all we've seen these two guys do is work every single day they've been in the building, lead by example, inspire some of the younger players. And now they're going to take on an even bigger leadership role than before, which I know that they're more than capable of. So really exciting day for all of us here as an organization, as a fan base, as players in the locker room, as a coaching staff, and couldn't be prouder to introduce T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, two of the greatest receivers to play in Bengals history, and they're going to continue to build on that legacy going forward. So with that, I'll turn it over to these guys, let you answer them questions.
Talking to myself then.
What's going through your guys' mind right now?
A lot. I'm just excited. For me, it's been a long time, and it's finally here, and I'm just happy with this organization. So,
How important did this become you guys did this together?
I feel like it was very important. It's been my road dog since he got here. So, for me, it was very important. Just to get that done aspect. And I want to thank our agent Rocky. With getting this deal done and changing my life forever.
Jamar,
So.
obviously you knew you were going to be the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history, but when you actually signed the paper today, how does that feel to you?
It still ain't hit me yet, so right now I'm still living in the moment, just, enjoying the process of everything, so, I'm just enjoying the process right now.
Team, was there ever a moment or moments where you didn't think it was going to happen here? And you wouldn't be sitting before us, you'd be elsewhere?
There's a lot of moments, but I never had any doubt that Rocky was gonna get it done, and I never had any doubt that Katie was going finally say we want you here, and just glad it happened, and I'm happy to be here.
Now that it is done, how big of a factor was staying here in your decision to join Rocky and sign with him, have him represent you?
I feel like it played a big factor. Obviously, it helped, and at the end of the day, I made the decision, and it was the right decision for me.
How much do you guys feel like Joe's statements, whether it be publicly or privately, really helped make this happen for the three of you guys to be able to stay together?
I think it was a big help, him just putting out little information, having our back. I think that's the biggest thing, especially coming from a quarterback. It's different if me and T vouching for somebody else before our quarterback to vouch for us. I think that's given us, a pathway to get us where we got here.
Did he tell you, did he go up to you before like the Super Bowl stuff and say, hey, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to say all kinds of great things and I'm going to put some pressure out there? Was that a conversation you guys all had about that was part of a plan?
Nah, it wasn't really no plan. You can't really plan for this, and we didn't really set up a plan until after the season, and then the plan still, it didn't always go to plan, so it's always bumps in the road. But I think we handled the situation well. We didn't do too much in the midst of it, not on the media. I think we handled it the right way. We all talked to each other, about this situation, period. So I feel like we handled the situation the best way we could.
Zach just said that now that the contracts are done, you guys are going to take an even bigger leadership role. What does that look like for you guys?
Well, for me, obviously everybody know I'm the quiet guy, but for me, it's speaking up in the receiver room and just helping the younger guys out and things in that aspect, and not just in the receiver room, but with the whole team, in the locker room. So that's the next step for me as well.
How good can the offense be? You guys staying together, Joe, young guys stepping up. What do you guys see the ceiling for the offense?
I mean, y'all saw it last year, and we don't want to do nothing but build off what we did last year. So, and we're definitely looking forward to doing that.
What about how much do you believe that this team, with you guys here and the core together still, can win a championship or multiple in the coming years?
Yeah, man, it's possible. We did it already. We know what it smells like. We did it when we didn't even think we was gonna be there. If I'm being honest. So, we know what it takes to get there. We gotta start off faster. Not even just start off faster. Just be ready for anything. Not saying defensive side, but offensive side too. We gotta be ready for anything, adjust to anything, and as pros now, we gotta really be ready for anything.
Jamar, when you were drafted, you said you wanted to break every record in the book. You've broken records. Then you said you wanted to be the highest paid receiver and reset the market. You've done that. What's next?
Win this championship, man. That's all I could think about. I want to win. That's why I'm here. That's why I wanted T to stay with me so we could build a chemistry and win. That's what it's all about.
Do you think there's going to be any extra pressure on either of you to live up and play up to the expectations now that your contracts are done?
At the end of the day, I just got to be me and play my game, and the rest will take care of itself.
Do you think this deal gets done if Joe doesn't say what he said? Like starting going back in December, if he wasn't so public, like I think he's going to be here and deal with that vocal. Do you think we're seeing you today here sign a new deal?
Obviously, like Jamar said, I think it helped. A guy like him want guys like us to stick around and play with him for the next 4 years. I feel like it definitely helped.
I mean, Jamar's played with him for so long. You played with him now 5 years as well. Why do guys like playing with Joe so much? We've seen that said so often. What makes him a guy that that people find so much value in having him as a quarterback?
I mean, on the field, y'all see it. He's, if not the best quarterback in the league, you know what I mean? And off the field, is just a great guy. Can have a normal conversation with him, and he's like a brother to me now. So, and yeah, I mean, that's all I really gotta say.
Last summer, you guys both dealt with contract situations. There was something hanging over both of your heads. Jamar, obviously, you were very public about how it impacted training camp for you. With this deal now done, how much of a burden is this off your shoulders, both of you?
I'm just happy to get it done. It's a long process, I could say. Even when we got here, it's a bit of a long process still, but it's gonna be like that in situations like this. I gotta understand that it's the business side of it, but once this side is over with, it's back to playing football. It's back to being myself, back to being the person that they first met.
For me, obviously, I went through this process before, and last year, I took a chance. I bet on myself, and I want to say it paid off, and it's all good now. It worked out in my favor, and I'm just happy. I want to thank Katie and the whole organization for helping me and believing in me.
With this being such a monumental day in both of your lives, when you look back, is there someone in particular or multiple people that you guys want to talk about who helped get you to this point?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, my mom, as you all know, what she's been through, her life, and y'all gonna make me tear up here, you know what I mean? But definitely, for her, it's definitely monumental, and I wish she was here right now, but she wasn't able to make it, so I'm definitely gonna go see her when I leave here, and it's just, it's surreal. So.
T, your mom's been posting on X today, trying to find this press conference. I know she's watching. What would you say to her?
Ma, I love you. I did this for us. This is for us. You ain't gotta worry about nothing else. And love is for Pops too.
Jamar, what about you?
I just want to thank my mom, dad, family, my friends. The ones who be pushing me the most. My small circle. My high school coaches. The people who recruited me to get me to high school. To play football. I want to thank them. Thank Zach, thank Troy, Katie. Mr. Mr. Brown, T. Joe, all those guys, So
Jamar, they ended up, it looks like they broke structure, what they've always done here for non-quarterbacks to get both of y'all in the building. What does that say about that, for them to go out and kind of do, break from their normal business strategies to make sure that, they kept y'all in the building?
yeah, Duke said we was a priority, bro, and he meant it, and he showed us that we were. It took time though, but he showed us that we are a priority to the team, and we are big, and they need us.
See, what does it say that they did not just for Jamar, they did that for you as well? What did that say to you when y'all go through the negotiations, like that you saw kind of how the structure was going to look like? What was that? What was running through your mind when you saw that?
That they believe me. You know what I mean? And without Rocky, a lot of stuff wouldn't happen. And so I want to give credit to Rocky as well in that. So.
We see every year around the league, receivers change teams, and then they say, like, we want to go to a receiver room where I could be the only star, where I don't have to share the spotlight. Why wasn't that a priority for you? Why did you really care about, obviously, even not what to do it?
Man, I grew up a Bengals fan, and to have the opportunity to sign a 4-year deal with my favorite team that I grew up watching is, that's a dream come true. You know what I mean? And then, once I guess the announcement was out, my favorite player I grew up watching congratulating me on that is even more crazy. So I couldn't be at a better place.
You might have answered a little of this, but you guys are both committed to be here now for at least 4 more years. What is it about Cincinnati, aside from the financial reward that you received, that made you want to, commit to this franchise long term?
Oh yeah, I just said it. So
For me, I like Cincinnati because it gives me the opportunity to come here and focus. I'm not distracted out here. It's not too many things to get me, off pace out here, and it's strictly what I'm focused on. That's really tunnel vision for me to play football. So, at the end of the day, the food's not the best. We could work on that, but
chili,
I'm from New Orleans. I'm not used to the food yet. But, overall, honestly, I just think that's the biggest picture for me is that I don't have no distractions here, and I can just play football. And my quarterback's here.
So
And T here.
we're gonna have some fun here with the food talk. When Joe got his big contract, he got that money, right? So you guys get this new money, this big money. Is there anything, Jamar T, that you always wanted to buy that you now can?
I'm putting a fish tank in my wall. Yeah,
What?
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know. I gotta sit on that.
Put that.
I don't know.
On T. Higgins Day back in your hometown, you said you celebrate with a double cheeseburger, and you said the same thing on draft night, a double cheeseburger from McDonald's. But you told us you don't eat fast food anymore.
Nah.
So now how do you celebrate?
I don't know. A glass of champagne, cigar, kick my feet up, classy way.
Jamar, what did it start to look like this was going to actually get done from the end of the season to now?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
From the end of the season to now, when did you start to get a sense of like, oh, this might actually happen, like, and we might be able to get this over the line. Everybody might be able to get what they're looking for the team. When did you start to get a sense that might be on the table?
You want to be honest?
Yeah.
Probably like 3 weeks ago.
What made it? What was the switch?
That's a Rocky Arsenal question right there. But I just think, we just had to play the waiting game. It's a long process. Like I said, we just had to play the waiting game and see, what options weighed the best for, both of us getting our ways.
How hard would it have been to not play with Joe long term? You played with him now for so long. How hard would it be to have to go play with him?
I don't think it would be hard. I just think it would be a new task at hand. It's just if that situation ever happened, it's just me showing It's just showing what I could do without Joe, basically. It's vice versa with him.
Did you guys get a sense how historic this moment is, the amount of investment in the both of you, and to do this together at the same time is very unique. You're nodding your head, Jamar. You kind of get a sense of how historic this moment is.
Yeah, for me, yeah, just because I know, I really was not trying to let T go for me. I don't know about Joe, but it's hard when you out there and T not out there, you know what I'm saying? It's not easy at all. So, T T out there, it makes my job easier. I make his job easier. We make the running back's job easier. So the whole game slows down for me. It gets easier for some people. So he's just a big help.
Do you think you guys are going to be together for the rest of your careers?
We're gonna be together for the next 4 or 5 years.
Do you see?
See, we've been asking you specifically about contract questions for 3 years now. What type of relief is it for you in particular to not have to answer these questions anymore?
It's a big relief. Yeah, I got tired of those questions, but it's finally over, and I'm looking forward to more questions about obviously my fish tank and food and stuff like that. For sure.
Before we get to the fish tank, what was your reaction when you got tagged for a second straight year? Did you think in that moment we'd be here just a few weeks later?
Oh yeah. My initial reaction, I called Rocky. I said, "What is going on? Like, this is not what we wanted." But obviously, we're here now, and I couldn't be more thankful.
Did you believe you wanted to let the fans know first, and you put that out there on social media back when you got tagged? Well, why was that important to you?
Just who I am. You know what I mean? I like to let people know like what's going on with me from me instead of having everybody else tell things about me. But that was my whole thing behind that.
When you were when last year after Justin signed his contract, Jefferson, you said if you wanted to beat him, you're gonna beat him by a lot, not by a penny, brother. Have you heard from Justin yet?
Yeah, I have. He's not salty at me. Nah, we talked already. Yeah, he congratulated me already, so we did have a talk. Yeah.
Did you?
That number, 40.25. I mean, it's money, but it can be more than that in this league. What does that number mean to you?
It's just a number.
It's just a number. It doesn't signify anything.
Nah, it's not like my favorite lucky number. Nah.
No, I mean, like, but it says something. It says.
I mean, it says a
we're
lot,
the
but
best.
yeah, but I mean, that's your point of view. To me, it's just another numbers to get the job done. Like me having a amount of yards in the game, and getting amount of yards to get the job done. That's all it is.
Did you need Miles to, how big was it for that Miles got that deal over 40? For him to get there?
I think Miles set the bar. I think he just set the bar. Because honestly, there was a lot going on around that time, numbers wise, on what I wanted for real. So I think Miles really just helped me because I'm not a greedy person and I'm not selfish. I'm not gonna overdo nothing. And this whole situation. Throughout my whole process, I was talking to Rocky, asking to make sure like, are we getting some on T's done? Like, are we close to T's before mine? Like, I'm trying to make sure me and T still around the same before we could, before I could sign first. I wanted to make sure we was at least together or close around the same part.
Were you guys together when you told Joe? When he walked us through what it was like in that reaction when you told Joe that you guys were all going to stay together?
I think I sent Joe a text, actually. I think I just sent him a text telling him we finished and we'll be up there like Tuesday. That was all I told him. He was just like, okay, we'll see you Tuesday. So.
He texted me. He was like, "Congratulations, brother." Appreciate it.
Were you together when terms were agreed on?
No, I was in Costa Rica. Where you was at?
I was at my home.
Okay,
And-
so you
and-
both posted the handshake emoji that I think.
Oh, that was when we were same time. When we found out, we were separately. But
Were you together
when
at that
we
moment?
put it
Oh,
out there, we was together.
Were
Yes.
you both like 3, 2, 1 post?
No. It was just like get it out there. He said he was gonna do like a handshake emoji, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna just do it too. So.
In having the same agent and having Rocky, how much of this was this is a package deal? Like either both of us or none of us? Was that talked about at all with you guys?
I mean, not between us, but maybe Rocky and Katie. Yeah, maybe.
There was never like an ultimatum of like it has to be both of us.
I mean, that's probably thrown in there. Yeah. Probably a little bit. I mean, you would say that too to get T, right?
Jamal, you did mention that you were wondering about T, hoping that T would get done as well throughout this process. Is that hard when you're this close to becoming the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL history and still prioritizing T as well?
I mean, when you that close, I mean, when I think we put a pause to mine when we got around a certain number to just get started and more up to date, up to speed with tees. But once we got literally close to each other, I think that's when I think I finished, and at that point we was just waiting on tees.
How much would you guys like to see Trey come back and get his team?
Definitely would love to see Trey, back with us, and get what he deserves. So, he's been a great part of our defense for the past few years. So, definitely would love to see Trey back on the team.
You guys have talked a lot. You guys have talked a lot today about your friendship. Like, I don't know a ton of star receivers. Are star receivers usually friends? Are you guys closer than most star receivers are? Or?
I mean, I feel like they are. I feel like star receivers are friends.
I
Honestly.
don't know. That's a good question. I mean, you cool. You probably it depends. You might want to work out with them. But then again, I'm doing it to steal their moves. If I'm being honest, I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to come take your moves and add it to mine so I can be better. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, no.
overstood though. Overstood.
You were talking about emojis earlier. Is that cap emoji just to mess with us, or was there any significance for the blue cap emoji?
Yeah, it was just messing with y'all. My PR team put that out. I ain't do it.
You can have it be our team now.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, going back to Charles' question, it is kind of rare to see two guys sign the same way. We all have this kind of relationship. There might be as much as you don't know, usually receivers sometimes that ends up being the case. Why is that not the case with you two? And why have y'all been able to have such a symbiotic relationship that now manifests with long-term deals at that level?
I think it's because we make each other better, not just on the field but off the field as well, as men. And he's become one of my closest brothers, and we've been growing together, as professional athletes, and I feel like we're going to do nothing but continue to grow. And yeah, so I feel like that's.
I'm sorry. When in the locker room, a lot of guys will talk now like it's wide receiver 1-2 situation. It's Diego, both of you guys are wide receiver ones. If you were in a league, you would have probably been a wide receiver 1. When you see it put out there that you're the highest paid wide receiver 2, how does that make you feel?
1A.
You're saying what's put out
I'm
there.
fixing it. 1A.
Yes, sir.
Bro, I don't even look at it like that. You know what I mean? I kind of wish they wouldn't have put it out there like that. So, because now that's why everybody's saying I'm the highest paid too. Let's just say I'm at a place where they value me and they respect me, and I'm a good player here. So let's just say that. That's not the highest receiver too, or anything like that. You know what I mean? So let's just say he's another great receiver, Bengals receiver that that puts in the work and got his head down and just grinds. So.
When
On
you
the
were going
topic
through,
of money, last week, Mike G was up there and he said you texted Charlie saying, nah, Mike Rich or something like
Yeah.
that. Have you heard from any of your teammates like that already?
Nah, not yet.
when you went through and made all the business decisions last year, how much was in the back of your mind saying, hey, I kind of don't want it to be, not as much drama, just be as chill as possible in negotiation? How much did you factor that in when you went out and made the decisions you made to kind of go through negotiations this time around?
I told Rocky, I said, Rocky, bro, do your big one, basically. And because me personally, I'm a quiet guy. I don't do too much conversation going back and forth or anything like that. So, I have my full trust in Rocky, and, he was able to get it done.
How have you all changed the most for each of you since the moment that you were drafted here and arrived in Cincinnati compared to now?
You said how we changed the most?
How have you changed the most, just as a person or as a player? Or whatever?
Spending money. These guys expensive, yeah. I've been doing this since my rookie year. I'm damn.
Well, for me, I feel like I've changed, not only like becoming a better football player, but off the field, Troy has, got me closer with the man above. And, so I feel like I've grew closer to God, with the help of Coach Troy. So, yeah, I feel like that's the biggest change for me.
Jamal, there's going to be a lot of folks now. We've got the highest paid receiver. We've got T up there in the mix. Joe, a lot of pressure on y'all not only have the best offense, but get back to the Super Bowl. Is that something that y'all are excited about to kind of have that
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's the whole goal behind signing us at the end of the day. You know, signing both of us together, that's the whole goal for us to push this team, push each other, you know, as far as we could go. And, you know, the one goal is to be the best in AFC first. That's going to give us the easiest shot to get to the Super Bowl. And if we win that first, then we're going to take the next step.
What would you guys say to anyone that looks at this Bengals team, paying Joe, paying you, Jamar, investing so much in the receiver position and saying that's not the way past Super Bowl champions have gotten there? What would your response be for both?
Everyone has their own opinion. I feel like we got a different philosophy. How do I even say it? Philosophy here, and we believe. That's all I can say. We believe we can get it done, and I mean anybody that that has doubts, we're gonna try to flip their mind and believe in us, just how we believe in ourselves. So.
Did you guys pay attention to the Super Bowl? The Eagles paid a lot of their offensive stars and think that could be us.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, pretty much. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, at that time, it's a lot going on in your head. You know what I'm saying? It's just season over, you at home, you pissed, you watching the Super Bowl. It's a lot. You know, I think just trying to get through it. That's really the only thing.
Jamar, what would you say to that as well? Just the receiver.
Yeah, like he said, there's gonna be a lot of doubters out there, a lot of critics out there. I mean, you know, I was told that I was gonna have the worst season of my life last year because I didn't make camp. You know what I'm saying? So like, and I heard that more than I heard. I'm gonna be the highest paid. I heard that more than I'm gonna be highest paid. So me just say it again.
Where'd you hear that from?
A lot of people. Yeah. But me just hearing stuff like that, I mean, everybody's gonna have a say so, but it's just how you handle the situation, you know. And all we could do is control the controllable, and that's put ourselves in a position to make wins.
Money isn't going to change a chip on your shoulder, either for either of you.
Money just gives me access to do stuff I haven't done when I was younger. That's all it does right now. I mean, my friends told me to this day I've never changed. I don't think I will change. I'll always be the same person. I'm confident. You know, I'm always been the same. I've never changed. So if anybody can say I changed, there's something wrong.
Well, like he said earlier, I want to win a championship, and I feel like we can definitely win it here. So the money thing is not really the big factor. It's just really being here with the guys and for another 4 years and just trying to win that championship.
Next time y'all are out on vacation, who picks up the check first?
We're gonna do car roulette. I'm quick. Trust me, I'm quick. I'm not putting my card out that fast this year.